Same lot, same inventory, same word-for-word sales script, same me. 3 weeks of absolutely nothing, and then 21 cars in a single month, and the #1 rep spot in the dealership. Nothing external changed. The variable that did change costs nothing, takes no extra hours, and almost nobody will tell you it's the variable. This is day 2 of 17. I'm going through an entire personal development system on camera, one day at a time. Today's perception, the filter you see the world through, and the uncomfortable discovery that your results cannot outrun your self-perception. 3 things in this video. The car lot story, including the 3 words my general manager said that flipped everything, the science of the filter, a famous experiment with a gorilla, and what your favorite gurus get slightly wrong about the reticular activating system and where your perception of money was installed. Day 2 sent me looking for mine, and I found it at my family's kitchen table. Yesterday, I showed you that abandoning your goals was never a discipline problem. Today, your results were never an effort problem either, and I can prove it because I lived this experiment. Quick housekeeping, I'm publishing one of these every single day for 17 days. Subscribing is how YouTube brings you back tomorrow. All right, so the car lot. I was new in the car business. I had the script, and this was a proven script. People all around me were using the same words and selling cars. And for 3 weeks, I was in agony. Every customer walked, every single one. Here's what was actually happening. And I wrote this line in my journal this morning because it still rings true. Insecurity of experience led to more insecurity. I didn't trust myself yet. So the customers didn't trust me either. So I trusted myself less. The script was fine. The delivery system, me, was running on doubt. Then my general manager pulled me aside. She didn't retrain me. She didn't hand me a new script. She said, "Chrissy, just be yourself." The next month, I sold 21 cars. #1 rep in the dealership. Think about what that actually means. Every external variable was constant. Same lot, same cars, same prices, same script, word for word, same economy, same Tuesday morning meetings. The only thing in that entire system that moved was how I saw myself. In addition to being a motivational story, it's an accidentally controlled experiment, and I'm the findings. And what that manager did, seeing somebody, me, accurately before they can see themselves and saying it out loud at the right moment, that's the whole job of a good leader. It's what I do for my team now because somebody did it for me first. So, how is that physically possible? Same script, 0 to 21. Well, here's the science. In 1999, researchers showed people a video of 2 teams passing basketballs and asked them to count the passes by the team in white. Partway through the video, a person in a full-on gorilla suit walks into the middle of the frame, thumps their chest, and walks off. About half of the people never saw the gorilla. Not didn't remember it, never saw it. Their eyes were open, the gorilla was right there, and their brains never let it in because their attention was assigned to counting passes. And here's my favorite part. When people are asked whether they would notice, about 90% are certain they would. 90% certain, 50% didn't see it. That was me on the lot. For 3 weeks, buying customers walked past me every day. And my filter, running on I don't belong here yet, was deleting the signals. I wasn't seeing my lot. I was seeing my filter's report about my lot. And you're doing the same thing right now. 2 people can look at the exact same opportunity and one filter deletes the evidence while the other collects it. Neither of them's lying. They're both reading their own report. Quick aside, if this is landing, the like button takes 2 seconds. Everything from today, homework, community, links is already below if you have to jump off early. Now, one correction because you've heard this. Set a goal and your reticular activating system will filter reality toward it. I checked. The RAS is real, Brainstorm circuitry described back in 1949, but its job is arousal and wakefulness, keeping you awake. It is not a goal-seeking reality filter. The real mechanism is better. It's called selective attention. The gorilla you just heard about, and unlike some mysterious brainstem autopilot, selective attention is trainable. You can change what your filter flags as relevant and peek inside the map. I peeked inside the map. That's essentially tomorrow's session is about. So the system hands me the training manual for this exact filter, and that's day 3. So come back for that. So if the filter runs the results, where did the filter come from? Because I promise you didn't choose it. All right, so day 2 sent me looking for where I got my view of money, and I found it at my family's kitchen table. I come from blue-collar family, and the perception I inherited there, nobody taught it as a lesson. It was just, in the air around the room. People like us get jobs with benefits. People like us work for someone else, and we're celebrated for it. Bigger things belong to the rich and famous, as if you're born into some permanent financial state, like it's a blood type. That's studied, by the way. It's called financial socialization. Money beliefs pass from family to child mostly through modeling, not lessons, and they routinely outlast the education that comes later. Nobody hands you a ceiling, you absorb it. And let me be a little bit careful here because I love hard work. I didn't throw out 1 ounce of that table's work ethic. I redirected it toward my family, my progeny, and me, not only someone else's bottom line. The effort says the beneficiary changes. I want to have a lot, so a lot more I have to give. And if you're looking for a way to skip the work, nothing in this series will help you, and neither will I. This is for people who already work like crazy and have been aiming it at the wrong beneficiary. Everyone building this business is doing this work. I won't walk you through today's exercises. Those belong to the program. But here's what came up when I did them. There's a pattern I've never said on camera. Health, relationships, money. I coast along fine, then comes a sudden downward spiral, seemingly out of nowhere. This morning, I finally saw it, okay? It's never out of nowhere. The spiral starts in my perception before it shows up in my circumstances. The way the sales caught up to the doubt on the car lot, right? So I did the day's visualizations, one of my always filters areas, through the eyes of a woman who sold 21 cars every month. Nothing mystical happened. Something simpler did. The area stopped looking like a curse and started looking like a setting, and settings can be changed. Let's close the loop. One same script, 0 to 21, when everything external holds constant and the results still transform, the variable was perception. 2, the filter's real and it's measured. Half of people miss gorilla in plain sight. And the mechanism isn't the RAS that gurus described. It's selective attention and it's trainable. 3, your filter was installed at a kitchen table mostly by modeling long before you chose anything. The ceiling you kept hitting may just be the ceiling factory setting. All right, your homework tonight, 10 minutes. Write down the people like us sentences from your own kitchen table where you grew up, the ones nobody taught you, but you know by heart. Then pick the one area of your life that always falters and ask one question. Whose perception is running it? If you want to do these 17 days yourself, the full sessions, the daily work, here's how that's structured. The program, as I mentioned, belonged to the Kreiders. It's the same material no matter who you sign up through. What changes when you come through me is my coaching, my team, the person who reminds you who you are during your 3-0 weeks. The Kreiders built the school. I'm the one who sits with you while you do the homework. The discovery call's in the link below. And if it's not a fit, I'll say so. The opportunity page is there too. The full business laid out for reading privately on your own time. You can also schedule through there. Still watching from the doorway? Good, that's fine. That's what the free community is built for. So come on in and lurk. The skeptics ask the best questions. I say that all the time. Tomorrow is day 3, training the filter on purpose daily. I've taught attention and perception theory, and nobody ever handed me a daily practice for it. So I genuinely don't know what's coming. If this series is doing something for you, subscribe so day 3 finds you. Share this with somebody who grew up at a table like yours, and put one of your kitchen table sentences in the comments. I read every single one, and tomorrow I'll be looking for them. I'm Chrissy Hogue Bartels. Go find your kitchen table sentences, and I'll see you on day 3.